Here are the test scores for the guy you filled out the form for. He scored a B minus. This guy is a risky bet. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He's not just talking, he's truly putting in the hard work to go far in his career. You'll notice that he sets clear goals, makes solid plans, and doesn't give up easily, even when faced with problems. Still, with all his energy and determination, he's much more likely to succeed than many others.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he doesn't fold easily, but he does get angry or frustrated quickly. You can expect him to react strongly, maybe raising his voice or throwing sharp comments when problems come up. He'll get back up and push himself even harder, using his stubborn drive to tackle the issue.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
People do respect his skills and hard work, but he's not easy to get along with. He can be direct, even harsh, and doesn't sugarcoat his words. Sometimes that rubs colleagues the wrong way. It's common for him to get into arguments or clashes, especially when he feels strongly about something.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you succeed in your career, he's likely to feel a mix of pride and tension. On one hand, he'll admire your hard work and respect your achievement because he values success and effort. He's driven to be the best, so your wins could sometimes spark rivalry instead of support.
What if you start earning more than him?
If you earn more than him, there's a strong chance he might feel insecure or even resentful. Money and success matter a lot to him, so your higher earnings could make him feel uncomfortable or less important. Instead of cheering for you, he may treat it like a competition, looking for ways to prove his own worth.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He handles money carefully and likes things to be organized and planned. He's not the type to blow cash on fancy things or make risky decisions just for fun. You'll see him budgeting, tracking expenses, and sometimes double checking every small detail.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He lives well within his means and doesn't try to show off or pretend to be richer than he really is. Everything he does is planned out, and he likes to keep his finances safe and secure. If you want honesty and careful management, he's someone you can trust on this front.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He is practical and careful with both money and emotions, so he won't be the most open handed or generous person around. He likes to keep things in order and won't spend or give freely unless he feels there's a good reason. His kindness shows in actions and hard work, not through soft words or open generosity.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He is open and straightforward about money, not likely to keep secrets or play games with finances. If something needs to be discussed, he'll talk about it clearly, even if his words feel sharp or blunt at times. If transparency matters to you, this man is trustworthy and direct about money matters.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He is practical and believes in things being fair, so he's likely to think housework should be shared between both of you. He won't expect you to handle everything just because you're the woman. Instead, he wants the home to be run smoothly and efficiently. If you want someone who doesn't shy away from helping at home, he's up for sharing the load.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He is willing to roll up his sleeves and help with chores and even diapers, not just stand by and supervise. He likes things to be done right, so he'll jump in and handle tasks himself, though sometimes he might be quite strict about how everything is done. If you want real help, he's dependable, but expect him to want things handled his way.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
Most of the time, he'll argue to prove he's right rather than really listening to your side. He likes things to go his way and doesn't easily back down in a discussion. This can feel tiring, especially if you just want understanding and not a debate.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he can have a fiery temper and might say things that hurt or come across as aggressive. He doesn't always hold back his words, so you might hear sharp or harsh comments during arguments. This can make fights feel more intense and stressful for you.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, he does get angry quickly, and his reactions can be strong, sometimes louder, sometimes sharper than you'd expect. This isn't just a small quirk, it can create an uncomfortable atmosphere at home, especially if you're sensitive or dislike tension. Quick anger is a real concern, not something to ignore, because it affects your peace and happiness.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He often struggles to say sorry and take responsibility when things go wrong. Most of the time, he'll defend himself and put the blame on you or the situation rather than admitting his mistakes. Over time, you may find yourself always being the one to make up, even when you're not at fault.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He's strong minded and likes things his way, so sometimes he may push back or question your boundaries. Still, if you're clear and firm when you say no, he will listen and accept it even if he's not pleased. If you don't stand your ground, he could test your patience, so be ready to speak up clearly.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he's likely to take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. He might feel hurt or rejected and can react with frustration or sulking rather than understanding. Sometimes he could make sharp remarks or go quiet, turning it into a bigger issue than it needs to be.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
You can trust him not to use private moments to hurt or embarrass you later. He takes relationships seriously and won't make jokes or bring up intimate details to shame you in front of others. His way can be blunt, but he respects what stays private between you.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is committed and focused, not easily distracted by other women. His mind is set on his work and his personal goals, so you don't need to worry about him flirting or looking elsewhere for excitement. You'll find he values loyalty and stability over chasing after new interests.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
He does have a controlling side, so he might act jealous or be suspicious at times, especially if he feels his position or trust is being challenged. You could notice him wanting to know where you are or who you're with, and sometimes questioning your choices more than feels comfortable. If you value independence and free movement, this side of him might create tension or stress.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
Yes, with him, what looks like being protective is often more about being controlling. He might say he's looking out for you, checking up, or giving advice for your good, but really, he wants things done his way and doesn't like surprises. While a caring partner wants you safe and happy, a controlling one makes you feel watched or less free.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He sees parenting as a joint responsibility and is ready to help with anything that needs doing, especially when it comes to keeping things organized and disciplined. You won't be left alone to handle everything. He'll be involved and want things done properly. Just be prepared to set boundaries if his teamwork turns into taking over.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he's likely to lose his temper instead of staying calm. You may hear him raise his voice, use stern words, or show frustration rather than offering gentle comfort. While he wants them to learn and do better, his anger may make it tough for them to talk about what's wrong.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He respects your hard work and your role as a mother, but can struggle to see you fully as your own person outside family duties. He'll value your efforts at home and with the kids and may even want you to take part in big decisions. To feel truly supported, you may need to speak up often and remind him of your other sides and needs.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later, after kids and marriage, change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, this could be a real concern with him. Right now, he may encourage your career because he values hard work and achievement, but after having a child, his need for order and control might show up as pressure for you to quit or reduce work. If you sense hints of this attitude now, take them seriously.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He'll act respectful and do what's expected when your parents are around, but real warmth and friendliness may be rare. He isn't naturally good at soft talk or making others feel truly welcome. His manners can seem stiff or formal rather than genuinely caring. Your parents will notice he keeps a distance and doesn't easily open up. He's likely to expect your family to adjust to him rather than making much effort to fit in himself.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he is more likely to react strongly and make things worse rather than handle it calmly. He may raise his voice, say something blunt, or act irritated, which can add tension instead of easing it. Be ready for direct talks and strong reactions when family stress comes up.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you, but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, he might be modern and relaxed with you in private, but expect you to act like a traditional, supportive wife in front of his relatives. When family is around, he could insist on rules, formal dress, respectful manners, and following old customs, even if he doesn't hold these standards at home. If you value freedom and being yourself, talk openly about these expectations now so you aren't caught off guard or pressured later.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he's more likely to support you than stay out of it or side with his relatives. He doesn't shy away from tough situations and will stand up for you, especially if he feels you're right or being treated unfairly. You won't feel abandoned, but you might wish sometimes for a softer touch or more gentle handling.
Say you have a conflict with his mother. What will this guy do?
He isn't exactly a mummy's boy. He values his own way and likes to be in control. If there's a conflict with his mother, he can take your side, especially if he feels you're right or his rules are being challenged. He's more likely to push for his own views, which may align with yours or with what he thinks is best.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
He's not the type to share every detail of your fights or private life with his mother or sister. He believes in handling problems directly and keeping personal matters between the two of you. You can expect him to be a bit private and reserved when it comes to family, even if he's upset.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
Based on all we know about him, this guy is a B minus. This guy is a risky bet from a relationship perspective. Being with him day in and day out means living with someone who is driven, focused, and always pushing for things to be perfect. You'll have a partner who steps up for practical tasks, keeps routines steady, and expects high standards both at work and at home.